this feeling that cannibalism is one of the final and most disreputable of sins, it is only a cultural thing, and it's on a very different level from the instinct for self-preservation, and that is what looms pretty large in your guts when you are so hungry that you are in fact starving. And this is an instinct for survival. It's going to overcome a lot of cultural misgivings.
You say that it's a cultural, a product of civilization. Is there anything physically wrong with human beings eating human flesh?
Not if it's good, healthy human flesh, not in the least, because after all, they are eating. We all eat in order to replace the bits of our own body that get worn out and get broken down, and to get energy, of course. And from that point of view, you could say that a nice human steak was the very best mixture you could have, better than a slice of pork.
So why doesn't it happen?
Well, I'm not an anthropologist, so I can't really say this. What we can say, of course, is that in a lot of communities it does happen, and that it does depend upon your cultural background, your traditions. But in many communities, it's reckoned as a virtue to eat your enemies, eat those people whom you have conquered in battle. And it is thought either that you may get control over their spirits by eating their flesh after you've killed them so that they won't bother you as ghosts, or perhaps you try to absorb their virtues of strength and warrior-like attitudes and so on. So I don't think that we can look upon the distaste for cannibalism as being an instinctual thing. It is a cultural thing.
Now these people are back to safety, though. Do you think that they're going to feel terrible guilt about what they've done?
I would imagine that some of them at least, again, it must depend on the individual and on the individual's background, upbringing. I would imagine that some of them at least would feel a very strong sense of guilt indeed. And this, I suspect, is why they are bringing out these rather elaborate rationalizations and explanations and excuses, lightening the eating of the flesh of their dead companions to the Last Supper and the eating of the flesh and drinking of the blood of Jesus Christ. I feel pretty certain that they didn't think this out before they ate the first piece of their dead companions. I feel pretty certain that they thought this out after it was all over and they were rescued, and they were wondering how they could possibly talk their way out of what they thought perhaps was a very dreadful situation. I don't think it was. I think they acted with extraordinary common sense.